Osanya press conference. Oral ne honsem. Afe free SHS ne honsem. And a MPP flag bearer raise. And also so a wansem ewa ha no pay. Kwesi kwating esquire ewa ha. Okasama akompreko Kennedy. Ohene Ejepon. Kojopreko Deputy CEO Students Loan Trust Fund. Charles McCarthy, editor of the Hawk newspaper. Charles,
Cardinal.
Margin.
Sina mejozo.
Now what is it?
Nankupon dia che. Cardinal nipa beye. Connected for ni akeze omedina ye no mbeti maboya ena aka osiria
get connected no mumwawe.
Oh see babia network no mi tedra hu network is baba ko na be nu benza oh
network ni shada nya clear ho
ya ba mu fo no
kwasi mani nya connected
se ni aba mu de ayi asase ayi kwabo so de eso trade you o he kwadwoba na ochi na obam na mse akwani ntire mi
kana mo review mo cameras na ha
oso be no betra se wa amba me o kwa me mata ne kala ye
ebi oba na oti ho
o se debi ko ka be chia no
oba no ye ko
not ho
oh na kwa se man fam
oba no ye ko
ti me chia no no we di pa me sa no wo gina ho ti me chia mo kama chia obi ansem mi na mko transfer na me mi interview ba ko bi na opani ba yi studio hampo no no so ma ba mo no ma kasum se na mse na ba na fa wa opposition de wan se wo bo
oti me say to me de
masa me no bi ko ayi omo Greater Accra Regional organizer friend say Greater Accra Regional organizer
no
Anthony menene kwa asempa ye lusu abaro foforo no Krachi confidence was solo the day no kind of boss ye pie na hu say soldier fo bi titi care bi mu anu we no mo twa the salute no we bi no witness Cynthia and your friend Matthias say ye lusu power we obi anchia mi na go to me car ba
say bia wo so wo power na wo nchia wo mo
o ya soldier fo no there be one the chest o to me na soldier fo there just na ya sama ye to me na bi akrom ha di bro so soldier fo there ke de mo pie say
ka de mo pie say
no na akoye bi
e ho na asem no
obi o wo position ye chensu ono ne wa na kan o
say opposition o ti be to e komo ya
special eyes here the amawi na special
ebia ana say dey
ye chensu o ne ye ma
e komo ya wo che mu anti
opoyi
na say o ya bam de o kra betumi aka say won no
opoyi ya ma ni nfuo kan hey
kwaja dey say
the cardinal
oyo
minua no o
papa
hey
na mi nim say o ye minua
na unim
na ma dwen ye say o ye minua
me de minua no
ti na mi nim say o ye ya ka da kai me pa
minyanye ye
sawa
minyanye ye
emponi
oh nyame adom kakaka
ene o ye ye be fata
minyanye ye minyaye ye abetemenka
ba kwajo kai me na me ne wa bre
misimi ye ye a obetemenka
me ntwen ma wo nye ye ansa
oh cardinal
kwajo kai me na me nkai o
aka na ho ye de
o nyakopon adom
ohun beye vize ene aban papa aba aban a waba ene me no kasai ene ma na nkan ne bo ewo soro sa ne ma ni na bo aba fem
okay
refrigerator ena no adam kokoto ya aban bi apenso na nka ne bo eye 12,000 Ghana cedi no na nsem ho kana me koye no na fridge ne bo no ate aba fem to 9,800 eye Ghana cedi
eti kafa mana
kafam eti no hono na ni jesem kese kana uye no so to nche ya hwese na bosi o kanfo ene wo mu bose ko magazine ene o mani age papa ko eye kantamanto ye nuanom ahurusie no mudie ahurusie ni na ne se wo mo se ɛyɛ enkan na nka wɔn kɔkra nneɛma fi aburukyima mu de aba na wɔn ehia yɛmfa ne sɛ ɛyɛ $1 million anka wɔbɛsesa Ghana sika no ɛyɛ 17 million Ghana cedis nanso ɛnɛ owura John Dramani Mahama ne na aban ba yi sɛ wosesa ɛyɛ cedi no akɔtɔ dollar no a ohia $1 million ɛyɛ dollars a wobɛsesa million edu ɛne kakraa bi ɛno nti wɔn matumi asave over 6 million ɛyɛ Ghana cedi a ɛno nso ɛboa ɛhyɛ wɔn adwuma no mu ɛyɛ kena ɛnɛ Ghana for dodo no ane ɔmo ka ne sɛ owura John Dramani Mahama woba ye wama ye ho ayɛ dɛn ahan hwɛ ye nuanom a ɛkɔ secondary school empempi ye ka na ebi no so secondary school ne de obi na de bae obi ɛmfa ho ne ne de bae hwan ne bae ya ene waba bɛhyɛ mu kena wɔde sika abɛhyɛ mu a ene ka na me ne wo ka sɛ in the history of the free senior higher education the highest amount of money yɛde abɛhyɛm under a government is under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɛne na mamu a obua ɛnɛ a school for a why day ahan uya no so ɛto nkyɛn a kada ɛna no ada na metie ɛyɛ mu news ana mete sɛ
what shall I say?
O da bi men sha se sɛ wo kyea me
etinye so no
na wo bisa sɛ me ho te sɛn na wo akasa wo kra bisa so ho te sɛn na so ho yɛ ana me so ho ba ya ala
na me pese me make sure say nyina all the same page
da bi men sha se yɛn sha se
on lawyer kwasi kwa te hwehwe
ɛne em sai sɛ wo kyea obi abusa sɛ ho te sɛn yo
na I say 1 minute
oh
na we bisa
sɛ ho te sɛ de kanya we na wo yi ano wo ni tisimu saa
da bi on sɛ ɔno ka sɛ sisi de no ho yɛ ana me se no ho ba ya ala
sanam kan
oh wan ka so ho yɛ
me ka sɛ sɛ de me ho yɛ
koyo ade ba ko eso hu sɛ adwuma yi sɛ me no wa na yɛ bi a new communicator bi a no sɛ wo te che adwuma yɛ dai ama no na me no na ya wa wi start ne yɛ mami bia we ka mu so be na wo
kojo
wa wi start
we bisa sɛ wo so no bisa sɛ ho te sɛ ana wan sa wo de
me fast start
eti me se ye be hya se de a na afi no
oh but me fast start so far 3 minutes
oh that be 1 minute I just did 1 minute
okay 1 minute me 1 minute ne bi kadna me
mo Charles Makati hwe mu mienu nyina oya muzazu mungo fu we
kadna me share adwuma we ase no na me betra radio so a me tro the achievements of MPP na mahwehwe no ma enye wa NDC mu
na waka
na ma beka and yes ase no obetra ho a so far as we opposition there ana we opposition parties there ade bia ni ho a oye kra na ya wo hwe ma obeka say de ya de papa
tia mo sheda
say politicians no say na ya politics na de adada ye ho until we look into our faces and tell each other say obi anya dey enya hwe
I see
but it's about time as a kind of credit day e che ho President Mahama Bayi, I mean I hold the view say in 10 months here is very difficult and it's too early say it be demanded so much of accountability from them. Of course I don't just say be eto chema me enya dey me enka ho asem, but I mean you give them the benefit of the doubt. Inti me show many kan che omo say don't let here be omo ba a stabilize kakra na so ati omo nya hwe. No, that's not how politics is. Politics is just say ade bia eye papa kra also wakache oyonko say sa ade nya dey enya de papa. To be a free senior high school policy here, one more abesoma or monso air. You can't look into the past government face say and just say free SHS na at the bonnet. Of course, in the implementation, be a ubenya challenges. Said the on mobile yard, said the omoye galamse who did any at the Ohabega say, not their chain almost of galamse. One mobile say, Kwan a conform. To set 24 economy or muye who did this or mobile 3 shifts and when as one by some being for Eddie. But the idea what the papa my day, one my year, and you all know be so a best as one to me day improve upon. But see a share when near tro a first city barco, near tro good side, near tro bar side, near concentrate on the bar side as I say ni pain, AC jai, sad and my new communicators. To me, Sean can't just say, oh, by you student low, Juma or Bono Hono, Unya Hiwo. They why be beautiful. But of course, I should be able to still demand more. Untimi hwe say ye wo sabra ne ye wa ban mu STEM schools ni ade ani ACC obi anu ho ye bibia na bi untimi nkasa we are not being very truthful to ourselves. And yes, we may not be where we want to be as a people, but where we used to be, we are also not definitely there. But who are by there? Umomukra na kesa or kasa above from near Momu hold you into accountability. But the name of the Soba radio so and no I say na me hwe enumere YouTube me am yonko kobiamwa no ne mo colleague back one of my NDC communicators and all list no ma osusu se MPP enye and na mo ya kromfo and o mbe wie sika and o mo say mo attorney general dey oyi. I'm sure we'll go there. Say obi kura luxury bags. Enti Joyce Bawa luxury bags you crazy just about one. We can't be running countries like that. If you want us to have honest and bold conversations about recovery plans for politically exposed persons when they leave power and the political financing regime, we can have it. But yes, it will be tiffy we mu. Brezama or te or no ayin or te a black or te and it will be or take airport hills be a comfort. And we come and run all those commentaries and do PR about everything without necessarily going to God. And to go Medici, but the Medici and the person making answer, Massa say you still have the goodwill. Galam say any promises be a more promises there, because you know there. Mo de bono e wo fom sa musika no mo buy president go for say sika e just ade be hu e de esitie galam say the musika no mo hu sente sa 24-hour economy say the musika ho ase mo sente sa ora say the musika mo hu sente de ente sa. But I mean I feel masase 4 years the more bre at least 10 months minus 4 years, you still have about 3 years and some 2 months to go. They will still give you the benefit of the doubt. But now we are morally burdened to question you on the things that you promised. And yeah, free about muna now the inflation that say and when that say you the son no mana ya manyosema oh fuel na da dollar na da me no ye nim say until a country does massive production. First industrial evolution production by and take advantage of it up to the fourth industrial evolution until say a production and casano we really don't have any control over the dollar. What I say, we don't have much and significant control over the dollar. Won't start your spending be a procurement are in why and this all the dollar be a kasa the day now for 2, 3, 4 years time you control about Nigeria. So I feel go for the day we talk. No any man set me pay what I say you do stage beer. You do stage beer. Nobody no, it's just like Kadna. Just like this girl I'm saying. One almost solve a bit my the power. Almost solve a bit my. Let me be very honest with sir. We question you. On my basic compliance issues. Say road safety compliance. UTM. Procurement laws compliance. Sanitation laws compliance. Oko hospital basic compliance. We DQ so aha. Yentimi nyano. Galam say home common yen kan ho asemi edin because basic compliance you timid live as normal rational human beings my traffic light is here say eso green eso red lanku say drew ha onyina wo e wo ye man mu ho police need na ko sa atia no the basic compliance I mean normal basic sanitation laws ye di mura how many times na mura ankasa ko etimi edi emura etimi hwe emura ho asemi. Now how much more Galam say? I hope they are able to do it, but me not sure say even the political will is there.
All right. Chase.
Kadna. Me Jose Penny. Yabo ni mune.
That is say.
Bibia boko. Ba say nya boko.
Ade.
Is it your politicians here? Dream who I won't tell you. Dream one won't tell us. My name is Metima. I started there.
What started?
I'm a dassy. Nintia Nenya Boko say that's sorry. I say MPs 10B. I come Bomu say almost had the bill for co parliament LGBTQ++. New bill. I may be some who say I didn't hear new bill. New bill for what exactly? Because at my last check, on the date bank, I'm pass a bill. That bill was successfully passed.
Which one?
Parliament, LGBTQ+. It was awaiting presidential assent. Unanimously, it was passed. I think on the me date number. I think I have the date. Yes, 28th of February 2024. And Parliament did bill ni 2 more. ɛna the bill no come president and no na Nana Asante Bedie to then secretary to the president, executive secretary to the president, a short letter on the 18th of March to Parliament to say they should desist from transmitting the bill to the president because now court case be nubi some interlocutory injunction to be a pending court and intino. Parliament should not transmit the bill to the president. So our cases have now been disposed. Oma deposit case no Oma twegu I want to President Akufo-Addo antimi and sign bill and sign a wufi abayimu. Until bill a president ya pass here at that president dex so dear. The new president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has 3 obligations. 1, to review the bill. So review not changes be more now when here changes be you return to Parliament. The money are changes we. He has a discretion to sign or assent to the bill or refuse it. Pass it, yes, disab ye co-introduce bill no for there. Kadna. Kokrokoo the join a parties in the year. Then the 2 political parties, NDC, MPP, are not being fair with the Ghanaian people. They are taking the Ghanaian people for granted. A disrespect at the highest level.
Mentiasie.
Ontiasie. And Yama be na binda down here. Meboa. President, abayin fufu by so mutwazo. No mu fi se enya no. Review. Yes, why do they want to start this at fresh?
But when they another bill in Parliament, who is spearheading that?
I think Sam George and 9 others.
Are you sure? Because
yeah, that's true. That's correct. In Team for George, Sam George
and 9 others.
The reintroduction of the bill, a new bill, not the old bill. Na make So we'll say
reintroduction of
no, we'll say.
Which bill?
No. So if I get what he's saying,
take pen.
No. We are having a conversation. We are having a conversation.
Yes.
And come on,
yes.
So asembisa na me person bisa. O say a binom say ako parliament bill the bill for say ako parliament on the LGBTQ. And I just had okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I bisa say a here for na say ako parliament bill this bill nako.
And I'm saying nipa MPs by 10. And I'm about Sam George and 9 others.
No, so Sam George mo de no ye near omo de call
David. Where new one omo de call Nansane ne.
Sam George eka ho.
Yeah. Sam George. Helen Adwan Toso. Vincent Asifua. Reverend John the Jim Fodjo. Omo ye 10.
Yeah.
Because I am say
Chase to aso.
Me hunu say I am majority leader. Aka bibi say bill no the enya pass here we did that. And so there is no need for any other bill. But as to whether Sam George the new bill called that's maintained.
That's the point that the bill has already been passed.
That is my point.
Okay.
So bill it doesn't have to come to Parliament. You can't go bill like ya pass that president dex. So won't sound to me fast a bill in my Parliament view. It's a reintroduction of a bill that has been passed and waiting for presidential assent.
Unless there are some reviews.
Unless there are reviews, and the reviews will only be sanctioned by the president. But be a president na de na do so say so ye enya parliament view. But sa grown no madu of you sa abesine. This is what they have been doing. Gaslighting Ghanaians as if say omu ye bibi.
But I want to find out to say that parliament in a pass a bill. If that parliament is dissolved, that
in fact,
won't it have an impact?
No permanent or no boss say chairman Sakasai or say per omonshi share no kwan omofa so ye adwuma no. As I say almost sign the bill no kofoforo.
Because the parliament was dissolved.
No. I hold a contrary view to that position. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with you holding a contrary view.
Lawyer, this is the point. Or citing almost standing orders in the bill has been passed and not listed. If it was listed and they won't notice, and a man transfer cry and a parliamentary lapse, that bill is considered lapsed.
But remember, it's still not a law.
But this one, my passing, and a few I could do presidency.
Yes.
So it is at the presidency.
Yes.
Does Parliament have oversight over the president? So, better presidency, don't do this, don't do that.
No.
Well,
yes, so the Parliament cannot say, I didn't know my personal, the bill is no longer at Parliament. The bill is at the presidency. And do him for level.
Charles me ba honorable say chairman sabu to say. Emre mu ne de omu nyina ni ma o ma ye ho adwuma da no. Once our President Kufuor unsign sa bill now offense act no.
The bill into an act.
One sign into an act no. Say no, it means that just say almost sign Parliament ye ho adwuma nyina foforo to say de omo share ba ko na se na. That's what he said.
Na the basis in say me person me sua.
That is the point.
Well, it was a long conversation. Me to me recap bibia mum.
Okay.
I should just throw my constitution show. Actually, I'm black.
Okay.
Kadna, Omaboyeka. Lawyer T. Hadianka, Menya, Ubabamina, Medio Parliament at Court. Or if they introduce this thing, you're willfully causing financial loss to the state.
Mr. Chairman, to the council. They be not or control almost standing orders in it. So no, as a formal leader, yes. And
I'm beside.
But our argument now will make you see a bit novel.
Yeah.
So far as the bill was past the level of Parliament, it was not really
a matter of Parliament
to decide again.
It is for the president. So I will find it very worrying. Say Parliament, but
you see, by inference, if the president had refused to also sign it in 30 days, because I back to Parliament, back to Parliament. Back to Parliament, almost had the other day. It doesn't automatically elapse. So technically, one can also argue saying your bill name you.
And we say
no, it's still valid. Like
that is still valid. Interesting, and President Awabai and they still sign in November 11, 2024. Oshia Sofo Kumasi. President Mama Mayeti Asiese ono nijidie and support to sa oba for bani bema fa bema we. Osi is a taboo. Yes sir. He rallied the clergy against sa adie we say oye nyina yen kamo ni yen twam. Me dey na me sade call Parliament both sides. NDC MPP will be asking me support to me boa. Say NDC support to MPP support to Dr. Baumia then candidate Baumia was in support of this bill me boa.
Yes.
And John Dramani Mama then candidate Mama was in support of it.
Yeah.
Now do dan ko Akufo-Addo nankasa on e ko ka say pressure no be high what I say he was the only person who was not like
bound to happen.
Yeah, bound to happen. Or no pen and no beer or said that this Sambra we diva. Yeah, no come with Dino. Still grow with now but to fix the maybe back by na breso. Into na breso by no one sign. Into we if you are or more making you know more president they were for it. And they said if you are for it 10 months MPP took 10 months not to sign. February 28 February 28 2024 and would fear by NDC from January to now in 10 months Muslim sign what is it until your mu ye dear Ghana young cancer parliamentarians and say omunya ya adwen omudi di agro no
omadi ya ho agro ache
omudi ya adwen di agro sa die we straightforward it is either you are sign you are for or you are against you cannot pretend to say you support to then you are delaying who use the technicalities delay yen no yen sign who say ya sign ya boka o televising this thing live enu kwa na GTV ania yi de bi omu pesika omu ko televise that day we live bia na at the end of the day for signature to us untimi sign meanwhile E11 ye pass E11
I think say almost standing order nim order 119
yes
subsection 1 yen check it because we be said that a bill which has been introduced in parliament but has not been passed into law at the time of the dissolution of parliament shall elapse. Understand no there's no
okay it has not been passed into law.
Yes. Because issue
so there should be clarity because this bill has been passed by parliament.
No, so
it was a presidential assent.
The matter is
so language.
The matter
Precision.
is not.
So the act did not come into existence. And so far as I am coming into existence, the sign and come into existence. The parliament, it dissolve a bill, no.
Bill, everything
elapses.
for parliament is a bill.
Issue no say. Say bill and say call parliament.
Yes.
Munya de ombe president and sign ya.
Enye law.
Enye nyemra. But because it's sanity. Good. And now, among church mu ne de me mesunya free lawyer for no the martin nyina ne say parliament bia hye bill bia se na oye ho adwuma ne na ho ode na owo ne ade ne nyina agina sa parliament ne tem so say ya nya ntuma ma na ma meye mra na sa parliament no owie a okọ a bill no so wo pese wo san ye ho adwuma
this one san the back.
It would be
113 mama had 1131
article
1131
article 1131 okay meba
I think it was talking about the life of parliament.
Okay 1131 pacho mehra moses here but Charles for anu si na mehra kwesi de man
kana ne kada ne tinse ne aye die and say no mu die be ya because we were man the trans no mu church no ma to favor omo no mudi eya no mudi ye because if we are a serious country ye ni abrea on kan tell me say ade we a ye betimi aye as a matter of procedure, administrative procedure, say ya passive or her president to aso review it, say be changes our beya no one recommended for the changes and what have you as a CSR shall say LB we then call reading first reading, second reading, third reading. Na ya fra man for be debate sa de we. Wan sika. Yes,
expensive.
See nipa ye ma nipa. Emra ye ma nipa to be ya de ma ba affect nipa be aye ne de. And then nyansa ni.
Emra na da de pacho ebadwom kasa Mr. Manakoboko why Manakoboko hwe
Martin
Emra na da ho no Emra na kire no se kojo de o kan ni nyere amanfo beti o because Mike ni so Emra na da ho na kire se se obi ye mi say ya say na sese mo ye no
yes
se mo pese mo ye we a mo mfa ha enti edu ba bi a wa adwen mu no be ne se o de Emra kan de ase entwaso mu nanso mra de mra the Emran can say na be no ntimi nya bibia to the contrary gise ya sesa mra no kwesi nyaza
the law is the law.
Yeah, the law is the law.
I will forever be the law.
The law is the law.
Forever will it be the law.
Okay.
But
where they hard drink now.
How?
So hard drink. Say Parliament have wasted time, resources. Atnasia ya deal with mu demonstration as if for na obakufa disadmin signing. So I said this new process of mashasi. So mu now president my man swan sign.
Yeah, what's our cost one?
What kind of human beings are we?
Cost 90. Kwasi,
I mean beyond the legality of it, you know. This is my personal view, it may not be the party's view.
Okay.
Me nim say, and I know said there are a lot of existing legal provisions a cover and answer a casa LGBT one seminal. And for me, and your politics near man your day, my view has been say, if it is not broken, you don't fix it. Booyah, yes, she Act 29, Criminal Offences Act. And on a mamra, a bo all criminal procedures and idea or mind you who say offenses. Oshe Section 106 of Act 29 is very clear there when it talks about a natural carnal knowledge. In a very certain that the law already provides for same say kwaya yene enipa ho enkita hodie nemono emfa kwan bi so a emra no nyede enyintu. And in the first place there was no basis and this one more time one more shy see LGBT anti-LGBT weaponize ya obviously for elections and no one say kai monsabishim ye call merry go round kojo and the one I said adana be no because it was not broken in the first place. What a natural canal knowledge law now. What that or my name right say or my have bema intimi fa bema or natural canal knowledge no. Share some of the High Court and the Supreme Court decisions are one more defining natural knowledge to be say and now they have to be penal penetration. Let us say bema and then ne bema day a 4 bar apart from that and any other ones no unnatural nti nkofo bi kwa say but e be nkofo bi trying to explore in other way no e ka ho bia na what I say nti there are already existing provisions for it but enuanom emo di da akufo na empese opege for asem nti no empese obesan anti LGBT no but he nyina yesu nim say as part of your human rights conventions as we are signatories to it it has also its own economic repercussions on the country. If we are being very frank and honest and bold to ourselves, our economic repercussions already even the state has existing legal provisions for it. In the day in afraid walk cash so you'll be a new tumor. Meanwhile, over at 29, clearly stated as a misdemeanor. No mudi did the amanyosama and then the abedusi and the same standard that Mwanka Samosate a film from Adi and Konkosaya. If it is a priority for you, Kamaye, I agree. Say, based on by implication of Article 113, what they already 113 together with the standing order 119 of the parliamentary standing order now. I mean clearly, Emrana dear, bill no dear, by now my elapse because Article 113 of the Constitution, also subject to Clause 2 of this article, Parliament shall continue for 4 years from the date of its first sitting and shall then stand dissolved. To 4 years and so from the dissolve. Now, almost standing orders, almost standing orders, and say 1191, or say a bill which has been introduced in Parliament but has not been passed into law at the time of the dissolution of Parliament shall lapse. What the 113 of the Constitution and 119 of the standing orders now any a bill no by virtue say I sign no. But what is the basis in tia sign? It was an election year. No more the Quambia, my margin, some of the Bayer Manuel. And I'm saying is that if I was in President Akufo-Addo's shoe, I would have done the same thing. Why not DBA Bonibia? Unless say you play the politics of it near draining public emotion into that. Because you were already a criminalizing LGBT one sem that. Into the intina Mosako farm for buyer such an that would have been a more or less like a repetition of laws. But I'm not Mope and Namaba. 10 months into office. Moko see Assemblies of God for the Ashomo, President Akufo-Addo so on sign, me buy me sign when so and no quite by the grace of God. Parliament is more say one say seat there say 189 188. And the more Parliament and who din bia DBN who are most start opposition where they ebebem. Then anything you want to do can wait my day aye. But who say afi who some kind acquire day. And Cardinal, let me be very honest with you. Bill no more call ya more champion in that current form. No, there is no way this government can pass it. There is no way because we share a section of it, especially in terms of punishment side. You know, sentencing and they say you can't criminal procedures, criminal offenses there, and no conviction as a move. And now the can say be a pure conviction as a so now we have our current former I feel the president mama musu or no the bar or the AG to advise and Sabra now can want some say Akufo-Addo best or best time Sabra 1990 ayin no money ho. Didn't you have legal committees and no reviews? I know my way and now waba I don't know why drafted ya some George no year who did it a black one no year who did it say MPP them person best time ye J he said be member or more that boom and more that boom no and nipa hin or no bear man in the uncle bear more for that ban also. Nipa hins and our bad or back or down also. But we made this as so a dear who me I have a different view on it. Just say now I'm representing my party, so who party I had a drink. A lot of times when we politics in Frima, the fears that you can't want them say we are afraid of this, we are afraid of this. One more problem with that Becca wants them now, or a very comfortable say the Bible school Harvard. I hold you only problem be with it. But you people weaponize against us. Galam say you people weaponize against us, and now you are in power. Adia mo Troy, and you'll be a Troy. Sign it or you can't sign it. And the media, just a reminder for politically exposed persons and politicians. Say, you draw lines on the politics we play in it, and no my idea they air politics. Ya the Agwe Yamanosem, ya the Galamsey Yamanosem, ya LGBT Yamanosem. But ebia maybe some way somehow they believe in it because when I'm share about behind the clergy. President Mahama and the Kushia so for you now no cast or buy the first 100 days of best sign. Now say when not 100 days. Okay, when not 10 months, whichever was so best sign. It is all trade day. Kojo, me time in a made the amount. The most important thing is say they are dear mu believe in it. what the adjobro, yet the intiman sign. Sa current form na modema, no, yet the a book quaso, a hombrase quaso, Monfamra, more 189 in parliament. We are not going to have any opposition to it. We assure you, say MPP minority side, no, you oppose to sa bill with that. Because you cry time there, 137, you foresaw ya a man parliamentary approval. With more help, you oppose that. Into a semo a book also, Monfamra. Nani manimu ya under certificate of emergency. I know quite the end too. So the musiji too under certificate of emergency. Monye, and I know kwao. Okaze galam so mka so mba mo state of emergency baba. And interestingly, state of emergency kura had a EIO, an executive instrument. And you know, here parliament kura anya day, enya hwe. All you need to do is so so boase kura de galamsi na do kuro be nti wa suspend the law na wo ho no. Nti wa aban no do pebe dey ebe ye no ma bia emfa constitution ni mu because of who ye in the supreme interest as a matter of necessity e dey about lives won ye dey e ban ekosi say. And the executive instrument, President Mama Kaso the one day at the COVID, I know the buy, how many days a year. President Kufa, no, sorry, also be Anna, Uncle Baby, or my number and mouse had 2 million. It is a we are more than LGBT state of emergency on Galamsey and Somonje. And now you understand the difference between when you are in opposition and when you are in government. I feel Munya Quenya say more so man say, Nameboa 2028 say Moko Trefe Kakrana more bar. Who say now you now be modest with governance. Now feel so much more bossy. Now money or man for na day. But never again should you play politics with and no maybe say ne akwa abeye crown cry day atumuko.
Koyo
Cardinal.
I'm into you.
Cardinal need kai minchia Ghana mampanyini Ura John Dramani Mahama, the vice president, Professor Nana Jerupoku Ajiman. And the chief of staff Ura Julius Deborah and they all appointees of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Kadna near the kind, you see, ansakra no ameba LGBT in Samono. Near maybe why I was say Michiremu kakra. Kwesi Kasano was you na NDC for your share boss say. Ye be declare state of emergency.
Yeah.
Kana. You see, near kwasi kano nukre biya nya den enim. Kana mpacho tie ni pa.
Ma oneso kakra.
Me say near kwasi kano nukre biya nya den enim. Na mpacho tie ni pa. Emra na ye ka kire ye nuano mo se galamsey say o man Ghana enti o mo hwe kwan o be fa so a eye galamsey no o be brenase na yensuansua ane yensase sebe ense no saa bre no akadna na ye ka saa asem no na ye as a party no na ye ne Ghana fo ewo a certain social contractor ye manifesto a ye troye and nowhere in our manifesto kana did we say me pacho hold on me ba I'll come there I'll come there oh relax okay na me wa no say so hold on so hold on okay na me wa me pacho please kana nowhere your social contract and a man for the sign or your cast you declare a state of emergency. But you see, I must also be quick to admit, say, there are certain individuals, a car say a state of emergency wasn't. I must be quick to admit. But no crane say, Sata Wanamokas a state of emergency, I could for to declare state of emergency. No, Kana. Now there was a reason behind they saying, say, on declare state of emergency. Because the exigencies of the time, made it a year, your friend say, ripe for a year the president then to declare state of emergency. Because na galamsey no na jinsam, and there was no will to fight a year galamsey because at the time, kana ubedi me a dance ye say, yet na ye were party for ye were empenyinfo what a year bemua or one kasabe catcher and say, party yesika eti omoje excavator. Not my time on home, almost young fanco in Woodham, young fanco a year forest reserves, na young coco to Galamsey. At the time, Kadna, na year in forest are near wa, a year or the man Kumadia Chayanya, na yen to Mugalamsey, yen yano by passing mra, say so we person call a forest go to galamsey ya man ho kwan no go to galamsey so the exigencies of the time na a call for a state of emergency send you betimi a clamp down a year the galamsey a menace enu nti and e binom ka say ehu be hia say ye nua no mo declare a state of emergency but other president Mahama eniema ye nyina kire say there is that political will to fight a galamsey enu nti why would anybody say Yanko declare state of emergency when the powers of the state ye use even quarter of it to fight the galamsey.
I will say the exigencies of the time.
At the time, yes.
At the Kufuado.
Yes.
Not a call for state of emergency.
Exactly.
Mami nema mi ensa na exist under Kufuado na a call for state of emergency.
One, na your forest reserves had been invaded. Na aban no at the time assigned the mankrofo ko your forest reserves in him. 2, na President Kufuado nankasa ne committee okote say omo dey fight galamsey na committee chairman nipa oda committee na no a ono ye panyin oda committee na no Professor Frimpong Boateng etimi be ka kire yen say party for no na etu galamsey to the extent that President Kufuado fie ekra wo chebi no ye tu galamsey wo ho. That is yes, of course. And I'm America. I hear Professor Frimpong Boateng the kind. So I'm answering the question. A question no webisa na me answer. 3, Kana. At the time, Unya secretary to the interministerial committee on the fight against galamsey or no was caught on tape. Oja Demudie and in the history of Ademudie Giano, me who no be ya chen no award je bribe or bosso. Ya this kind of man, this kind of anything or bosso. Wa boss we no. A video no be there, the nanki ya heard him say President Kufuado would have taken steps to make sure say Nipa would have faced the full rigors of the law. Now so why yes, New Year and say was I'm training by share the yam our Flagstaff house. And so all of these things that were happening no and nunti anani kase dabi niye ko de se ya declare state of emergency ya hwe yi a kana ahwa mo hayi kura no ye ba betu building na ye tu galamsey wa but then forest reserves nuano mo take you over about 44 forest reserves 9 which were no go area and I mean okay say state na just had any na
mami misa me second phase of the question afi we are na at asenti oba onema miensa forest na manfo mine wom number 1
enya mine wom keke wo aban na nkasa edema wode emra beto ho wode ma
martin aban ye emra say ye mine forest okay samra na etwam
kadna samra no ye ntwamu as of now but okaya eyomra owura jomama eye ne press conference and also meeting the press of Flagstaff house no asamo a okan ne say sa forest reserves no a ye de ma ya na manfo tumu fam agudie no ene ye no kasai 9 of them which were no go areas no ene o mine wetimi akwaje sa forest reserve
bottom line
processes are underway to make sure say sa mra no ye de be ko mra hye bedwam na ya den ye yi afiri ho sane be ya one year person wo ko forest reserve kokotu fam agudie no wo munya ho kokotu fam agudie but and finally
before bottom line mrasa amanfo nko forest enkonkotu ye betumi amakwan amanfo akọ forest akwakotu agudie a call for state of emergency emra no da so ewo ho dey na different about it now
kana unim say ye ba yi sa mra ya ye kanya ye nuanom omma concessions enkofo nko ye ba yi not even one a year your friends say license and the diamas will be nko forest reserve enkonkotu bako kra ye ma bi yes ye ma one license and opese odi achinya provide for us one license kra ye ma bi so bi nko forest reserve enkonkotu it hasn't happened and see here so no
but you wasted your time.
No,
I mean, Mecca. License
so
very weak.
Obia ma a license Obia nko forest reserve nkonkotu under John Dramani Mahama. It hasn't happened. And after yamra LGBT
no, your time is up.
Hey, now that one my time no. We are timekeeper.
Make sure forest back forest back pe as see mine here.
Yama license here nkonkotu ana.
license, the same, you know, on it.
Obiama license in Kutu.
So,
and in any case, all the forest reserves na can may say there is no forester. 9 forest na ye nuan mo invade ya no mutu no ene o man na timi age your friends and forest na and obi anu a wo ye the wo tu e fo magudie e wo ye forest.
Forest bang.
Oh, apaprama you can say all those forests me nyata ma hwehwe those forests na ma what you say eti yenko forest ni mu nkoma obi a eyi so nkotu.
Because the issue is not owama obi kwan and I say oma kwan. What I am telling you as a matter of fact and say my license people are still in the forest mining. My mama one, just one. Maybe I'm a papa ba no me ba kwa ka ho na 2. Me ma just one. Ofri baby ani e ko be kwa ya anwea so. Forest bi wo kwan mfimfini ho. What does it?
Forest ni din design.
Me name forest ni din na me chiro. No. Can don't hide behind that thing. Me more specific tie. Me say Kojo.
Yeah, come so met me without even referring. And come met me at baby and come so me in my own thinking. No me dream say a forester. Yeah, you crofo.
And you dream say asem. Me more specific example of forester. Yeah, mining. Okay.
Yeah. You should mention the name.
Okay, go to River Boyne. Between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. The forest on River Boyne, it is being mined today.
Yeah, fair forest the same.
And I make a job Boyne.
Oh. Yeah. Your forest your friend forest Boyne. Well, we may have to cross check because all the forest now, there was nothing, man. Who I never saw any forest. I forest Boyne. Man, who any forest? I forest Boyne. Man, who be asa? Eti my antwa asam na so.
On to azu preko pesa o. What's on 9 forest? And I say,
me ya kyerɛw, me 9 forest, me ya kyerɛw. Say egusu ha. Ansa na e be ko me forest na kyerɛw.
Mate,
no, but LGBT so man ka bi o.
What now decide is over.
Oh, that be say me yes me ko ho na asha say obi sa me question. Oh yes, I have not been fair to me. But my ka LGBT say
money blackmail will also take another time.
Oh,
Kwajo. Me ma time. Omu nyina start here. Charles oti we. Forest obi ka pagalam say obi ka, but or starting with LGBT one ko forest. Kwesi bae or stay on course LGBT in the time ni nyina oye within. Kwajo
Kama me ko ya ake ya wie dabi mpacho ma me wie na say if it wasn't part why did you talk about it? Why did you talk about it? Kana mami wie
Charles pardon Charles.
Yeah, Kwajo claims 10 months your mama mining a forest entry permit and true is factually incorrect. May and June this year Dr. Brown or Forestry Commission was signed for forest entry permit. FG Minerals Limited, Kajiasi Forest in the Eastern Region, Gateway Exploration, Bosom Kasi Forest, Bechim. There were Ambi Limited, AMBY Limited, Offin Shelter Belt. Then we have GBF Associate, Jimra Forest in the Ashanti region, May and June this year.
All right. So
now it was because it was not part. I would have brought the letters to you.
Okay. Right.
Let me check and see. Menya copies. My seni bibi kakra mobi.
Okay.
Let me just read me down. There was forest entry permit signed this year.
Yeah,
they are not truthful. And no more that president go a press conference. Can say under his reign, forest entry permit. Meanwhile, your CEO did this year, May and June.
No, all right. Second round for 5 minutes.
Cardinal. Oh yes, I have not been fair. Oh yes, I have not been fair to me. Oh yes, Cardinal. Now we know yes, I have not been fair. Oh ma, kwesi kwati ya dictate the pace on this show, which is not fair.
Kojo, stop that joke. Kojo, you better stop that joke. Don't do that joke with me. With me, don't try that joke. I beg you. Respect yourself. Don't try that joke with me. I don't take things like that. I don't take them light at all. Please. please. We are free, so but don't try that thing with me. Kwesi, start around two. Start around two, Kwesi.
Can I? Respectfully. What time will miss you soon?
In fact, make us an appointment.
Kwesi, start around two.
You are now a deputy CEO.
Kojo,
Mr. Kojo.
Kwesi, start around two.
I'm saying you don't
decide what happens.
No, you have not been fair. Honestly, you have not been fair. And I must state my point clearly.
Would you walk out?
I have not been fair.
Would you want to walk out?
Kojo,
you have that right. You can walk out.
It's not a matter.
You can walk out.
Sama oba ma time a different matter. You chose what to discuss within the time.
No, but so Galam say asem. And you asked me questions about it. So I had to respond to the questions.
Interrupt you.
I had to respond. When I was talking about
Kojo,
okay,
please. I want to listen to Kwesi.
Kwesi, start round. Where did you offer the giddy? Anyway, so I'm just starting. It's 29. Kojo, you can check. I think I'm starting.
You are doing 5 minutes.
I'm just 5 minutes. 30 seconds. If you rebut us, first of all, say Emra or say mine or forest reserve ma. And Emra no, and a de galam say eba. Inti say we run a very simplistic narrative. They are Kokrokoo team. Oh, MPP for my alliances say, "Omo dem right way by." As if say, "Omo yamo alliances in our Mudim Raswo." People still have licenses and they are still doing illegal mining. People also don't have licenses and they are doing illegal mining. This is how comparative analysis. I am so. Omo de LI 2423 by. Omo de LI 2426 so. Omo de omo this number of licenses. You buy a number of licenses. And not just say you afford Galamsey. It's neither here nor there. If you want. We are on the fight against Galamsey. You have my update on pragmatic measures. That's what we want. And then people before you see and the way you see. Now let me move to the next substantive issue. Next substantive issue near AG's press conference on politically exposed persons. The card now, I had the opportunity to watch excerpts of AG, the press conference in our year. Me, I think so. But Ibra Hanan gift your warren some few others in. Hanan, I worked with him, your Minister of Education, no buffer stop. Michiano once during almost 3.5 years, Minister of Education, or a public servant. I'm sure he did his best as a public servant, but as soon as I'll be a public servant, like any other person, you should avail yourself accountability. And this is why we be nenya, Emrano nenya de any, not the any biano. So I form my sika, there are legal processes there. Of course, you have his day in court. What I disagree with the AG is how all running public trials. And if he is not very careful, he may go down as one of the worst AGs this country has ever had. What is the basis of making this comment? How do you conclude to say, supposedly, Obia Todaya Ususu says $1.6 million in Tisadia on that basis, when we are my seeker? Why is President Mahama staying? He's not staying in Ache homes. How much is the salary? This Kokrokoo be salary. Now running assumptions, nuendus. Now oh catch them say, oh, wage number Kwesi Kwate, you try to cut 1,007, no Ministry of Education. You try to cut 2,000, no Ministry of Education. And the Kwesi Kwate had done 2 times, just a VS car. It may be true, but that is not the way a lawyer operates. We a lawyer near Attorney General co prosecute case. You don't run cases based on assumptions in the public. Say, you're saying a year luxury bags. Luxury bags say address bawa any. Bags say no fancy and one conform for name to social media. And on that basis, she's also a thief, or also we are a free or mine emu. Where does the age Attorney General Dominic Hayno the salary yes say every month, bra or year Juma as no Professor Mills and memo so about with some memo. And how much was he able to save what to him? I will reduce one take cantonment. But some as a legislator, your man say. A black or he on Port Hills, but some is my legislator man say. Into also a day TV Bob will scan a cotor those expensive apartments and those where they are living. I'm not saying it's open to me Yeska, but if you want to run politics and we're conflicted politics with law and run it so cheaply like this, so I could work will be them or expensive watch, and on that basis, a lawyer concludes say, well, Yeska. Assumptions, speculative assumptions, casting innuendos without any legal basis. Or wasema go to court and prosecute your case. Now, about a month ago, now I go Canada. I sat in a plane with AG. Busa say class Ben and Norte. And no ministry in the Chamano, and I was going to try. Busa say, you see what you transfer to Holland. busana say class ben and not, which is even against the government policy because President Mama issued a directive say there are certain classes the government will be under the end na be. I saw him one of the classes. I went to greet him. Onya sika or HI. And on that basis, now buying free power, then we can all come together and say they are not first class and not business class in Tibia where we sika na bibisa. One other a year kind of say I am one, and if I was the president, I would have sacked him today. Was so want to me the plea bargain by. The plea bargain were rejected. Now, these are my two arguments on the plea bargain thing. One to me is not my fan. I mean, there's no way. Now, no make on radio station come out, mama. So he's not my fan. He's not somebody on any day I'll be defending him. But facts are facts, and facts are sacred. On one side, one on my no phone issue. Okwaji plea bargain of 60%. They are also the phone here or the plea bargain 60% about in the fan channel. Let's assume hypothetically, someone to me offer on my $10 million. And the guy says, I'm bringing you $10 million. The AG is able to look into your face, catch and say, or the ban, I'm saying, who secure conviction and no man in the scout. You get the logic. Nobody is saying you cannot secure conviction, but it is not wise. It is not wise to say, Obi say, oh, plea bargain, oh, gee, Bimananu ya, and at all for some modi or my, ne, Saglemi. How many cases no more cancel it? You were able to stop certain cases as ongoing. Bank of Ghana papa yoti. How many cases financial loss send and a pending about betrayal? You will cancel all these things. We are marketing say, oh, Raobeji, $21 billion. How $21 billion or when I say? And no be bar, before the plea bargain bar, or not the 60%, 40% hacker, they are chasing. Nobody even know what the 60%, the composition of the 60%. Oh, or not the timidano. But assume to me is charges an offense. Okay, what if the AG goes so could secure conviction? No, lose our case in so court. Assuming say to me can also may brought $10 million and not $20 million. Then you go to court. Also one day, court now who lose case in so you've caused financial loss to the state. This are the public persecution, public trials. No, that is not how a senior lawyer acts. Or wasembia on found court and let the court deal with it. Unco justify ne honasem in the court of competent jurisdiction. No just all run people down. And that's people may go to court, win the cases, but the damage or cause or more within the public light. And I'm ending on this note. Moka say, $21 billion. Might say, you see, you were just doing PR about anything. $21 billion. And then Dumlevo say, sa ora na nkasa kura moka hwasem no. Some of normal record or some of them were wrong. Then $21 billion. Now give us the fact. The figure, how much you can be able to give us and how much you've been able to recoup. That's a memory they are going to need.
Mammy Tony Mark and say, Bro, my sign about so Chase.
We don't mind a sharp presentation, but that's all I'm the true because
we are the lawyer. Chase for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, then go.
Attorney General. Minister of Press Conference.
5 was a people. 29 to 36.
Kakrat also.
36, 29, 29.
And 29 to 36.
5.
Attorney General, Minister of Press Conference and pre-bargaining. Why are not the interview? Because the Arbitration Studio can say, our case against anybody on court. Na unyai press conference na wabebo we wasisi wa use sikazi yes na we are preempting the case as a boni panuko Dubai mramuzo mo say a presumption of innocence before other it is a presumption of innocence no na Attorney General uko free and central for na osi wasimasi atofi wo ha say as a result of a nema or involved or engaging in intino. Who the betuja Nama Bisa said, what happens to the presumption of innocence? Menya lawyer ni kwesiwo haidie.
Article 19.
Obebwa. So is it proper? Say nya proper. Ade na obi nso ntimi court enko challenge that procedure. Attorney General we asha say eno sa kwa no be fa so aye na dwuma. Because me feel say enye uhwe adubu ahini case na o chance be sine sa no be kan na wato fie be 22 say 11 ewo oyarefa o fie wo see at the end of the day yehu eti ehu ne 9 case na ko ye basa. Do you get it? but what come and not to ye be no musum. Say I do one hina to try dying or yarifa but to me could jan now so to dying 22. And yet kiosu dying back 22 estate area. Me I told me masum. And to me who I do buying a machine the Charlie I want for blue cash
22 houses.
Yeah. Come Mayfair also we feel Mayfair. It's not easy. Not sa nipa we nam ho. Gift your worry di sa be ye PR sa. Ama gift kwa no ni Ghana. Eni ye de gift buy gift buy ye china ne de de ne kware no. Eni aja no. Okochiwe na waja no. We hu nya oye. Me age die. He's one of the few people on mobile ban we form.
It's true.
This Attorney General.
You think so?
I know so. I'm not thinking.
You know?
I know so.
Why?
Pre-bargaining. Buy and you buy a pre-bargaining.
But out here, I say, to me, the be by one.
And I see, went to me lawyer by saying, no crack. And in the less, Omusia when he, no Okusia went to me pay. Oh, not Metra studio and America, a mini one America as a pre-bargaining way, a tool for corruption. Because pre-bargaining should be done before a judge. And you can see Attorney General and we know what Kushia, not Marcos, not them, Marcos, over a bottle of beer, Guinness, then you decide, okay, my empha ratio, we, I will accept it. It must be supervised. And yes, I think the pre-bargaining should be supervised by a judge. A honor problem no. So no never decide which to. No, I don't agree to that. So pre-bargaining a budget papa. A judge must supervise the pre-bargaining.
The law
is the law.
See, the law is the law.
Even bad laws are laws.
So you deliberately
until they are changed.
So deliberately
the law.
Deliberately no more create no majal I saw windows in kitty. Some man from far who know man dear. Yes, Dominic Ayeni may be a brilliant lawyer. Or more matter in class, or more munim no more caso a fantastic lawyer. Yeah, he may be a good lawyer for the classroom. Ebia courtroom, but not Attorney General. No. Me, what I expected to see, I'm not seeing it because this oral report.
What about the maxim said? The wheels of justice grind slowly.
Oh, now see there is to every claim the opposite, the reverse is also correct. Yes, and there's a reverse. So justice delayed is justice denied.
Okay.
And say no see your maximize it. You see, abanya over 4 years dear. Now one a present mama shame when this lawyer so more who you know di who ashe won sano. You need to prove that indeed you deserve it and that you earn it. Obayi.
You don't think he has earned it?
Oh no. Yes, I will go nipo dear Jumana show on Sano.
You think so?
Me see on one kasa in June 15th, and no directly Yoko. So investigate Joseph Yamin and Yakubu Abanga. Embassy ne Yoko nya. And now I'm present here press conference. Ogo dina hono mo za ko di atro.
But investigations say take time on. Dibia Yoko mo ye omunwe. No investigations take time.
But he told the gathering, a question no ya no so as a Yoko for year but he's waiting for the report. Now the report is not on his desk.
Say mine.
But kind of where I sit, there was not invitation extended to the gentleman.
Oh, so you think they had the president?
There's no invitation extended to the gentleman because
but that Charles
Abanga Kotra Sempa and or Tracy Yoko Befreno.
Oh, say be at the time no more.
Yeah, I mean, Kojine Krabia say, and no Kasi in some or one war Kasa Party Begu. Now, Australia President's own IGP, Special Task Force. Okay. Yeah, that's sorry, no more good tax force, but yeah, me and Yoko. Attorney General Namo. You see, he needs to help the government because NDC we need 2024. ORA was part of it. $21 billion. ORA and Philip Operation Recover All Loot and Magana Fonya GDA. So indeed, John has only 4 years.
Loot be a baby.
And you know, come and do it for us. Wabano omoji report no fefe no mu dia share wonza. You are not telling us. Domelevosi dey.
I said now rubbish be
Now, and you know, or the T report Nansa was submitted. No, but he was a former auditor on that committee. You see, the president carefully selected them. There was a lawyer on the committee.
But
Martin could be a lawyer, and now we are auditor. And I was expecting Zanka be audit. So report to know. One now some of them are garbage. So you presented garbage to the president.
Me catch earlier said investigation they take it time. Nyabotre. My prayer. Nyabotre. Bibia be fine. Why? Kwayo for 5 minutes na fe.
Kadna 44. Near the kind no.
44 na ere.
Oh, when you're so I on the time, no, I don't need it.
Kadna near the kind no. Near I was Minia Charles McCarthy Tiasi and say. Ora Jumedia ya de share a binumonsa so omunino. It is yielding results. And say Oshe press a briefing Attorney General Bayer no. Okay, say a sky train. What to me at the court a year quarter. Yasha see a ye di ho a year asem. NSA Amoka Wasem National Service Authority and I mean okay say. What charge ye binumwa or more quarter. And ne quarter yeden edio masem. Enunti so bi betina no ka se Charles Jai o dabi o ka dabi o ka sana mo
Mo fa the time Mr. Mo bi am the time
adubu ahen issue yi kana adubu ahen issue and I mean no ka say e wo court na kwasi sesen anka court no na Charles so say ke court na within 2 days 3 days na ke di asem na wie is that what you are saying enunti sania kana o kan no the wheels of justice grinds what slowly and then kakra and akoko de be no muso ye beduru ho and there surely mimi gidi say there will be conviction in all of these matters right kwasi kwaten you were
but that is prejudicial
well mimi gidi mu no me see me gidi mu
no but we're running ahead of the court
me see me gidi mu me pacho me see me gidi
no you need to correct him we're running
jania wo kano me gidi mu no we will secure conviction in all of these matters right
okay, that's better
kwasi kwaten o trivialize issues no say adan obi ato watch ya na kire say wakobo kro no ana say press briefing no kwasi wantie no mabetena ha no let me educate you on what the AG said tie die pa kana say ya fa wa CEO so na say 2017-2019 o transfer 5 million from buffer stock account at the court 2 different accounts associated with you. Name any buffer stock okura no any dwumadie bia. What have you done?
But the okay you know assumption so.
Well that's what the minister or attorney general minister some kind no. And I know na me say it is not just about the bags now all can say obi akoto bag, obi akoto what. These are very trivial issues.
Remember time now account. And no na anope answer me sign asema me kan bia and say baby ani pa udin hu ebegu fin akwakoduro no utra anye ya ye be sign hu se den enu hoda enti se attorney general ono no sign minister for justice ojina o my Ghana for nyina o ono no sign president's principal legal advisor na obeka sa asem we wa abontene wa bra bibia ensi ukwan se ampa se de wo kan koya transfer sika ama ne ho why say up to 78 million cedis any idea waboga na kro no ese eche no de na si ukwan say obeto obo ase ama court aka say ampa owiai because they working e say ato obia sum say hanan ene ne yire wieska say uko court na say court no say wadanse a wo de buy no enye sufficient to substantiate claims na wo ye na krache why ne
na ni din ho bete say ko ba sa na court say ente sa ni din ho bete because court aka and you see it is important Cardinal we carry the citizenry along yemi anomba unso betena han na ni omo ye no kra na say ye di agora ebedu ba bi no so sorry no ka so me di akokot no di akokot no kra bibia ni bibia wo mu a oman ye hunu ni egom ni ye hunu se ne ete and that is the more reason why we are carrying the people along and until America say Kwesi Kwarteng, he is speaking and choosing. A press conference a minister Bayen. Wakofa bag as some more kind, wakofa watch as some more kind. And no for me who say no trivial issues. Name the germane of the issues, you know. Where Jato was one day, one can want some. Kana July 20 a year 22. Papaya friend Hanan a transfer a year 250,000 from buffer stock account. At the call
and come per se.
No, but wait
for the sake of for the sake of fairness to Hanan and all parties almost the same way say mono. Or the young at level now attorney general no because the yes is here.
Then there was no need for us to come and sit here and discuss what the attorney general said because in America attorney general it is in the public domain already, and because I said mini abet now all dilly-dally around the issues, you know. Yamana yes niema bi ehu hia an attorney general bekan no ana hu be hia se wo se mi kirem hwe mame enchira ade ba ku he
one day
there is one company according to attorney general mpacho tieni mepacho tieni according to attorney general o se buffer stock regional manager our northern region and o den krata buy say o person o service provider edema buffer stock na o provide enuane ne ade de ma buffer stock o original manager ana Hanan o de enkrata na ba Hanan je tu mu se obetimi providing ti say no ye de ne be can list of service providers for buffer stock
6 minutes what it 6 minutes
ma ne time jai man
obiaka no
kojo kasa
okay also obiaka ho
kojo kasa
ana ye je tu mu se he can become part of the service providers for buffer stock. Wabaye a year part of the service providers no adwuma bi wo ho aye de man no ye man adwuma na ye fan say adwuma ye de man no 7 million Ghana cedi afa ye kwakotua ne car sika edi kwakotua ne kana koda ne 70 million Ghana cedis wasisi ye tua sika no according to investigators no omo question no say yes me ye adwuma ni bi na mo adwuma me ye no na wo sanke tua me ka 7 million Ghana cedi na mo me kokohwe my account na 70 million egum me hwe mu am hu say 70 million egum na nche ana me boss a oye Hanan na CEO for buffer stock e frame me o frame no say aye na ya transfer sika yi e de agu account even though e bro sika no aye hu adwuma no na mom no say sika we me person transfer bi kwa ha me person transfer bi kwa ha and all the companies are ma yes regional manager and transfer sika na bi ko mu na no companies are associated with Hanan and his wife. These companies do not do business with buffer stock. It is anyama we see na se enumu no yahuri sika ni ye ka ho asem na ube trivialize no say enya hwe then you are not being fair to the attorney general now obeka asem na any Ghana fo nyina ebio se ekoba se
how na odisi form no
okay me am fancy ebio se ekoba se Hanan asem aye ka attorney general ka bibi o se emra oba befa CEO dibia no na katua yetua di na 14,000 a year Ghana cedis obefiri oni yetua 28,000 Ghana cedis and there is no evidence to show say yenuano no ye dwumadie fufuro bi a edisika bi yeden ebre no na mom dwumadie na oye nyina na say no CEO for a year your friend say buffer stock company. It's at the end of 8 years as CEO na say yebewie na say wetumi anya sika $6 million at the akoto dan when you 750,000 at the akoto asase when you 1.5 million at the akoto asase when you 1.7 million at the akosi hotel when you say sika we na the akosi hotel. The question was here bisana say sika no nya wa he adwuma be na wo ye akonya say sika no edunti ana hu be hia say kana and some aye keke eni ho kwan say ye betena na ye kana tra sa keke e wo say ye amanyofo no kana ene mo amoye Ghana fo no e wo say ye bisa ye ho ensemfo bi say anyenye bia say ye de oman ye dwapade ye hye wonsa say hweso na say oman ye dwapade no wo fa kwati kwan so na wo mane bi eye enkwantanan na wo de fa ba bia wo say fa na ebegu botomu a e wo se yetena se ne ye honhon ne ka say oh ye mfa nkoko 20 ye mfa nkoko 20 is that what we are saying kana
Mate kwajo me da say me da say
can I respond quickly
no so obamu in all the conversation am be no
munyabotre say in the next 5 minutes I'm out of here kwasi mema 1 mema chance 1 na mama kwajo 1
oh enti me fa me 1
I for 1
I also mema no 1-1 na 3 no o da ma me ana
be say busa say chain homes na o accuse Hannah and so what say president Amato most of me try to say as a former president and a president or no so you dey ska high. You see, law is not based on assumptions. You need laws on lifestyle audit. So, you need laws on lifestyle audit. Inti who will be now as a fraud boy, who will keep benza. Unti mincheno. Maybe any hobby to na tum. Just based on lifestyle. Maybe will be. I check. There previously we had such laws in our jurisdiction, but you see, at 29, you need laws on lifestyle audit. And we should be sending a bag. Now we'll say, I'm not trivializing. I'm not trivializing. We should be your bag. Now I'll say, also be your bag. And based on that, into no where from for. Joyce Baba want about bag. I can say,
Mate, Charles Bram.
That's 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then he laid a claim about 7 million. So why a Juma or you realize that this claim is illogical, completely illogical. There is no way so the invoice 7 million, baby. And then one person put out on a fan excess so. Near quotam 70 million. But wouldn't it rather make sense say and then offer different companies in the and present invoice?
There were no invoices.
No, I'm saying say there is no way so be there
were no invoices.
You lay the claim so be a Juma 7 million, send 70 million man. Where Mamin Chawa de Kojo. Sansem na mo dear no. Sansem na mo kaka. No. Oh, you are not letting me flow. Sansem na mo kaka ya na mo say oh I'm recover $21 billion. Actually na mo say garbage na mo dey the ekoi. You see, don't stop running public persecutions on somebody. Guy no so abokro no a Hanan onye above the laws in Ghana. Mo fa ne court na court no nye the endi. The way you be amonje if you secure conviction no problem with that. But don't sit here and try to force a narrative on the people. If people's lifestyle there, a black baby or tin we dey a toy. Felix, want to order for president on toy. Felix or Sammy Jane for him. Oh, you don't scatter. What are you talking about? If you want us to Charles people's lifestyle, you can be doing that.
Now, Sammy Jane.
What are you talking about?
Charles, 1 minute, yes.
Problem I woni. It's a asamaba anka you be discussing as nationals no. Na the party colors are covered no. Na ya say nkomo no. You see ye nyina gitum say corruption enye hayen. Corruption kuye enti ye kuatia corruption. Enti say your evidence attorney general your evidence emrama ho kwan. Se obekọ court na wa charge saafo no uwia be boy amane but don't come and tell us say where you see abra won court e wona me problem wo
say bi so opese o ma wusu hu say sa
fa ne court put the court wia
on pesa what
issue a statement come and engage the public and tell us say me di kwesi court me di makati court because this is ABCD men
come ko answer am say aban wo ho a wo ye bibia o magana fo hu no
on charges before who be sad no the funny
there were charges
who the court wia na be my rundown come and update
yes.
on the charges but don't do it before you go to court. I have problem with that procedure. I say any assembly but bag assembly way anande on kwa de the birthday crowd part I play mu ka omo the birthday will play mu oni Freddie Rain mo sa video nkwa
ono
ono is ono there nti me see unkundia de nti me support bia obi bia wadi Ghana ko obi bia fa Ghana asase Dominica ye ni doctor amanfa fayensaase
form court
on jinsase ne mayon form kokko no njai press conference no enye sa Ghana obeye minister of press conference and pre-bargaining
me da say Mame, Kwajansa na meba also in a minute. Lawyer Augustine Bo say young come up so or can be too. Am I? Cancer margin?
Me you so many.
You cancer batch all 2 minutes. Any dim.
Me chairman Adam Ghana for. Me team come ni bina dia be se be chama dream ba so say. Many NDC then I mean Kasama Attorney General. Me kasa Ghana ni because me a former prosecutor. Say udo san seven Attorney General kan ni nyira no. Emre mu no ho kwai se woka. Facts. Oh, I declare ya chubi. And no, obetwe e dia ka ne charge no. E dia kokoto no. Na ofred dance ni e ma ne geti sansem na o watwe no as facts no mu a e na da ne evidence. And so fear that evidence in the facts no. The attorney general e ka ne dey as o ka ne nra na ye kinkan no social media and no nyina ye facts. And no betimi aka ne time bi o bi say Constitution say ansa na obeki obi no mane nguna de kronti a wache no enye obi a ojare ya oye party wo aircraft munti na wache obi no o say obi a transfer sika bi a eye o man ne dia for the personal account mo na o follow account no can say no pa so ekike sika no na nyema o transfer di tweet akeni that fact ni nyina na mremu e makwan
Council.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I had no court now.
Debbie. The fact that so I know that I'm the way I wouldn't come on and call. Oh, yeah, say, CMFA will be in a quarter. I tell you, general, you're such a person. If you have a car, I tell you, general, the 2 minutes so papa.
Council, put yourself
over 2 below. Answer over 2 below. Press conference in your politics over to my head.
Council, put yourself in the shoes of Hanan. Never who say, "Oh, now we Hanan council." And na Attorney General Abedina ho say, "Unipa no client no. We abra court to bian can say we are sad no. Fane say, "Oh, now we defense counsel." How well would this sit with you as a lawyer?
That's na ubi da ni ya no yetia. Me de mensa be gu me bo atwen e de ne yan kan fa me client e bi agem e wo kuruma me ba bonte be ka tram se e bi agem nya boni bia ye de kokot da guди zai me client ni e bi agem so na mo ka fa na wunyira afa conflict of me be cheche mu se conflict of interest nya crime
so who want to know the Attorney General here no ne kwa so ano no yes sir
Ampatane, I have fasted on them or mindful, I have fact.
Yadase, pa lawyer, but lawyer, Sasa Mudi, over call a garepo, a copo a jabba, nipa court to Muan for the lawyer. That be before featuring, no, but yes, here. Who name? Call you for 1 minute. It is a lawyer now,
Cardinal, medicinal. I'm saying, lawyer, Akanina. Also, weigh a presentation of facts. Also, until see at the back of court, now a dance for a bum and the Bemanaya evidence. So now he's presenting facts.
But your facts doesn't have to be defamatory.
Please. Why? What defamation is saying? Yeah, investigation actually say. O transfer sika way free account way the co way.
And this kind this you got the way yeah, they more because and that buy way who's this here and I'm the aura buy. One number catch say 21 billion Ghana cedis.
Dollars. It was dollars.
Now a fact, me boy.
Say.
And then one number catch say fine rubbish, you know.
Oh, but Cardinal, you see, Osha and Dra even a press a conference now, minister here no. Or say NSA case no crown one 9 year drain say Sika ye a woman allegedly no about 500 and something million no. A year auditor general acquire forensic auditor. The forensic auditor acquire no Sika ye na say afa obimo ebinom nsase was sa a NSA case no no. 2.2 billion.
As much as
just 2.2 billion.
As much as gift to why Jeffrey
why now gift to why 38 on kwa na charge no
why you
and you kwa ya charge executive director on so ya charge no and other people like and you see wo ye lawyer ni unim say anytime bia no case here dey court no ye betimi amend the case you why unim and why are you saying all of this? It's based on the Auditor General's forensic with a report. You bet me a medication. Ne crack. Now you car about some forest beer. Or say, me mouse, our forest, me catch or say, I'll give you the forest before we close. The patch on your say. Jimra a year and Njimra extension. Afar Hills Air Forest. Tano Anria Offenso Shelter Belt. Anriaso East. Anriaso South. Subiri. Anna Asenyo Air Forest Air Reserve. These are the air reserves.
Why did you do this?
Please.
Mama.
And you see,
update.
Matumre actually me catch on some of the amount. That's it. Eti kana. Near here nim say sika afanko fo yin sasi. Ye behwe na Ghana yetumi agye e de be hye eye oman no ekukum. Na yetumi de ayem puntunwuma aboa Ghana fo.
Medasi. Chase medasi why?
Medasi ko ai kadna.
Kwazi. Kwazi mpajo one of these days per time bra na mon komo e fence
Kennedy Japan.
Per time bra.
Next week beba.
Martin nyame ho.
Connected.
World Palace International see Phantom on some of the 5 days fire conference so shall see Juada Ebe no wie efiada and 5:30 koka 9 speakers near Prophet Justice Limau, Prophet Francisco Abnafuri and Apostle Chief Adai Oye host venue WPI Auditorium Agenda Block Factory o course tuna from Francoa eho Monday Tuesday Friday energy no share as a glorious 50th birthday dearest sister Stella Amafuwa our Salford in Manchester UK Mebeka United Granada Samasa yes say yebon paiza o secret prayers nyina Eradema no emrem we fiu nua ba Cecilia Akosia Carl and afi mame yebo a eho sanso so na Lance Corporal Hannah Mensa or police headquarters finance department they say na you awda ukunu Pascal so my happy birthday Joyce Sewa manager o share Park View restaurant so happy birthday Joyce Sewa and afi Doreen Akwele Boafo ene Dennis Akoko Boafo Monso so Dennis Akoko Boafo ene Doreen Akwele Boafo Mrs. Cynthia na Jima Boafo say yamamo happy birthday Musafa ena ene yedemo AC FM na orchestra on behalf of the crew me Jema Makofi Conversant the Royal Baby nyame ya adoma ochana e ba beto asom no so makra mu nyina
Peace FM